Hey there! Hi and welcome. This is Comm Chat number 8. Let's get the right number of fingers up.
Good.
And we are almost at Thanksgiving already. This semester is steaming by. Yes. I'm Ruff Merkel.
Mary Ashlock.
Joining us today, Dr. Kandi Walker. Hello! Welcome to Comm Chat. And as we were just saying before we started our little sit down here, you are the advising geniuses of Comm. So every Comm major comes through your offices at some point to get all kinds of advice. But Kandi, the reason why we want you here today is tell us all about these awesome ISLP students, and you take them everywhere.
We do take them everywhere. We have a trip coming in December. We leave December 8th. We have 6 communication students going to Cebu, Philippines, and they will spend about 10 days in the Philippines. But what students should start thinking about is their spring semester. International Service Learning, we have 4 trips coming in spring. So we will take students to Trinidad and Tobago over spring break. We will take students to Belize over spring break. And then the month of May, if they choose, they could go to Botswana at the beginning of May and Croatia at the end of May. So we're really excited about all of the upcoming trips for our program.
Now, is there a deadline for these? Is it too late for me to get in on this this sweet spring break trip to some tropical clime?
We are still taking
applications.
Okay. Right. It's an ongoing, it's a rolling application. So once we have our slots filled, then we'll stop the applications for that trip. Right now we're getting close to the end for Belize and Trinidad and Tobago. So if students are interested in those trips, they need to apply now. They can go to the University of Louisville website and just plug in ISLP, International Service Learning Program, and they will find all kinds of information and the application online. Everything's online now.
Great. Now, and tell us a little bit about what that involves, just for students who've never heard of ISLP.
Sure. If they are interested in international service, international work, or they just want to have an international experience, because our university really is trying to have every student geared for an international trip or experience before they graduate. So International Service Learning, you will take a discipline-specific course, so they could take a communication course, and we will create a program that we will go into different agencies and schools, and we will give our program. We will interact with school children everywhere from kindergarten to high school and government officials. Plus, on top of your discipline-specific program, the students will also do an interdisciplinary program. So they will be engaged in justice administration programs, nursing programs, even dental programs. So depending on which trip, they have opportunities to work with other students and work in those disciplines as well.
And I've had students that are about to go or who have just come back. They tell me it's life-changing. So you and Joy Hurd have put a lot of this together along with Tom Jackson over in Student Affairs, and they say that this is the kind of thing that you should do before you graduate.
I believe every student should. It gears you for a whole different type of reality. Going to school is tough. I mean, people that are students at University of Louisville, they go to school, they have families, they work, they have very full lives, but once they go to another country and they see the lives of someone else, someone that may not be as fortunate as them, it really does open their eyes to a whole nother level of living, a whole nother way of thinking about things. We have students that go on these trips that, I'll give you an example. One of the very first trips to Belize, we had a student, as we're driving the bus going into a very small village, very remote village of Belize, he goes like, I feel so sorry for these people. Look at these houses. I mean, and the houses were built out of just rubbish and wood that would come up from the ocean. I mean, they were just pieced together. A big, strong wind would knock these houses down. He was like, I feel so sorry for these students. That same student came to me at the very end. He goes, I don't want to leave. These people know how to live. I don't want to go back. I feel sorry for us because of the way that we live. A lot of our students have more culture shock coming home than they do going. They enjoy their time abroad and doing the service work, and when they get back, they see how much more our culture is, and it's shocking to them at some point.
And I've seen students go again on another trip once
On
they've had
multiple
this.
trips.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
So
we always
amazing.
say, oh, think globally. Well, here is a chance to act globally.
Yes. That's a great way of doing it, yes.
And there have been, would you say, dozens or hundreds of students through the program over at...
Through the program, I would say hundreds at this point. It's been in existence since about 96, 97. We've been in Belize since 1997. So we really are building longevity. That's part of what international service learning is, building relationships and keeping them. Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
you as comm majors can join Dr. Kandi Walker, Dr. Joe Hart on these trips
We would love
to
to have the students join us.
Belize, Trinidad, Tobago, Croatia,
Botswana, and Cebu, Philippines. We would love to have them join us and have an international experience, definitely.
Thank you, Kandi,
Thank
for
you.
joining
Thank you.
us.
That's
That's
terrific.
it for
Thank you.
Comm Chat number 8. We'll see you next week.